Secure the locks, Oberon. We must give a flawless performance.
Your timing must be flawless, sire. Your life is at stake.
Remove my cape.
Don't go through with it, sire. I beg you.
Bolt the door, Oberon.
Yes, maestro.
As Oberon locks the door, he ignites the box with a flamethrower. A terrified spectator races to help Mr. Miracle. Oberon tries to stop the spectator when suddenly, the door opens. The spectator asks Mr. Miracle, how did he escape? By a miracle, of course.
I'm Thaddeus Brown. I'm forever in your debt for trying to save me. I'm scot-free.
The two continue to talk. When the new arrivals arrive, moving in silence. Evil assurance, members of Intergang. A gun is pulled out on Thaddeus. Scot-free quickly hits the gun to divert its projection. Intergang Scot-free, and Mr. Miracle all battle it out. While Scot-free is beating up some Intergang members, Oberon steal their weapons. Scott finishes the remaining members and helps Mr. Miracle up.
Intergang were ordered by their chief, Steel Hand.
Meanwhile, in a sealed room somewhere in Metropolis, a report is made. Steelhand asks why there was trouble when all they had to do was push Mr. Miracle and the dwarf around.
I'll deal with Mr. Miracle myself. My name is Steelhand.
But despite his arrogance, Steelhand fears the loss of his status. A brutal decision is made. His target stays in a small quiet suburb of the city.
Well, Scott, I trust you find this room comfortable.
Very much so, sir. I feel at ease here. This your family, sir?
Was. My wife is gone. My only son Ted died in Korea. This is his room. Ted was a wonderful boy. He loved to assist Oberon in preparing my act. He even kept an album of my exploits. My name was the Great Thaddeus. It outlived his usefulness. Ted pointed that out. Ted created Mr. Miracle and brought the art of escape into the new decade. I'm sorry, Scott, I feel a bit tired. The rehearsing of The Big Trap hasn't been easy on an aging man.
The Big Trap, what is that?
The Big Trap, it worries Oberon so much. It's very dangerous. Even if I slip my chains up in perfect time, I may not survive.
Is there an X factor? Your methods should eliminate all X factors. I'm willing to listen to a genius. Let's test him.
I'm no genius, sir, but I do have tricks.
Mr. Miracle then puts the chains on Scot-free. The room falls silent, and a strange tension pervades the air. Scot-free falls into a deep concentration. When questioned, Scott answered with gadgets being the reason for such feat. Oberon pleads Mr. Miracle to use the gadgets to save his life. The following day, a sniper waits. Steelhand and the sniper watch as Oberon ties Mr. Miracle to a tree.
You devised a tough problem. Your timing has to be fast as lightning.
Oberon prepares the metal sphere. He releases the sphere when suddenly, from a distance, an ugly coughing sound is heard. Scott feels death streak him by. The metal sphere falls rapidly. Mr. Miracle is unable to free himself. Scot-free wasted no time to redirect the sphere with his powers. But it's too late. Mr. Miracle has been shot. Scot-free lays Mr. Miracle to the ground. Mr. Miracle tells Scott that Steelhand did tell him about how he could devise the big trap. The one that was escape-proof. He didn't know he meant by death. Scott then grabs a box, a mother box. The mother box comforts Thaddeus. Oberon cries as Thaddeus pauses. Oberon tells Scott-free, How Thaddeus and Steel Hand met at the hospital due to injuries. To pass the time, they made a wager. Steel Hand boasted that he could stop Thaddeus with an escape-proof trap. They set an amount of $1 and shook hands. Then they separated. It was only recently we saw Steel Hand in the news. He comes a long way. Too notorious, too powerful to lose a wager. Days later, a newly confident and relaxed Steel Hand enjoys novel entertainment. He is presented with a new robotic toy. To test the strength of the robot, Steel Hand tests its grip. But no grip is too strong for Steel Hand. The robot hand then bursts to pieces. Behind Steel Hand, like a thief in the night, Mr. Miracle attacks Steel Hand and his goons. Mr. Miracle gives an ultimatum. If he gets free from the trap, then he claims a confession of the shooting. But more goons arrive as Steel Hand pushes a button secretly. The goons capture Mr. Miracle. Steel Hand agrees on the ultimatum. He calls members from Intergang. Soon after, the Intergang ready the missiles as Steel Hand arrives. Intergang ties up Mr. Miracle on the missile as he prepares to go through with the wager. The countdown begins. The answer is to escape before reaching space. The rocket launches off. As it goes up, it explodes. Steel Hand claims why he's the top man. When Steel Hand returns to his office, he stops in his tracks. He sees someone sitting at his desk. It's Miracle. Steel Hand shivers his timbers. Steel Hand then attacks. Miracle hidden hypersonic intensifiers in his gloves. To break the metal chains, he used retrojets to blast free of the missiles. A combat cocoon spinner that turns yards of plastic material. At top speeds, it made a chute for Miracle, but it will send Steel Hand to the law. He used air jets to shoot across the city. Miracle sends Steel Hand to the police officers. Steel Hand conviction will wreck Intergang's eastern operations, claims an officer. Oberon says he would be proud to assist Miracle. So now, Oberon will be part of Mr. Miracle, Super Escape Artists.